walk you through how to create a Facebook ad to generate credit repair leads. There are a few things you're going to need to get started, but this will help you sort of overview A to Z with how to get set up and how to get going and how to start creating your own credit repair leads. So let's kind of break down some of the things that you're going to need. You're going to need a landing page of some type. That can be through ClickFunnels, through Unbounce, through lead pages, through high level, or even through WordPress, just depending on your budget, what works for you. The first four on this list are all paid. WordPress is free. However, WordPress is going to take a learning curve in time for you to get to understand how to use it and things like that. So it's up to you what you want to use, but these are some of the more common options. I'm going to show you how to do this with ClickFunnels because it's easy to use. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the only way or the only right way. It's just a way because there's tons and tons of ways to get this set up. But I want to help walk you through all the pieces that you need to launch your ads. Okay. The second thing you're going to need is your Facebook pixel, and you need to install this on all of your landing pages. Okay. And I'll kind of break down what that looks like a little bit later here. Also, you need an offer, something to make your ad enticing. You want something that is going to persuade the person to give you their information. There's no right answer for everybody. Some examples are, pay for your first month, get the second month free, or for your first month, it's only $1, or it's just a free consultation. If you have a strong ad that highlights how you're different, how you can benefit others with your expertise, then you might not need to do an offer. It's completely up to you. There's no right answer. You have to decide what works for you and your business. Then you're going to need Zapier for some automation. I'm going to break down how that works here in a little bit. And then also you need a place to store your leads. You can see, the data, the phone number, give them a call, things like that. Okay, so let's get started here. The first thing we're going to need is kind of reverse engineer this. We need a landing page here. So this is ClickFunnels. Again, this is not the right way or the only way. This is just one of the ways. I'm not going to go over all of them because all of them are different, and this video would take forever if we broke it down like that. So I'm just going to go with examples of what you can do and let you decide what works best for you. Either way, all of these other solutions have great in-depth tutorials on how to use their softwares. Just got to take some time and get to know it and get to learn them. If not, you can also hire people to do this for you, and I'll show you where to get that as well. So we're going to start off by clicking on Build a Funnel. And it's going to take you to this sort of like cookbook. What do you want to do? And I'm going to create a custom funnel. And I'm going to say credit repair leads. And then I'm hitting Build Funnel. This is the first step, and they give you some pretty good options in regards to templates. And so you just pick one that you like. I'm going to go with something pretty simple here. I'm going to select this template here. It's going to load it up and get it ready for me to start building on. And so I'm going to hit edit page here. And all of this is customizable. As you can see, if I highlight over it, I can change things. I can move things around. ClickFunnels has some great tutorials on all of the things that you can do to customize your landing page. For now, we're just going to kind of configure this for a quick tutorial on how to generate credit repair leads. So let's say my offer is $1 for your first month. Get amazing credit repair, $1. Pay just $1 for your first month. And then $10. And I'm going to say claim your free voucher Now I want more than just this name and email address. I want to add phone number. So I'm going to hover over this and click on add new element. I'm going to go down to form here, and I'm just going to select the input box, and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to change this to your phone number. I'm going to select input type to phone, and I'm going to make sure that that's required. They can't submit the form without that. And so I got name, email, and phone number right here. And then I'm going to change the text of this. I'm just going to click on the button there and get credit for $1. And I might change the background color to red. I like red, so I'm just going to click here. Okay, awesome. And I might throw in a bonus. Plus, the next 100 will get a free financial planner. Whatever. This is something you have to do, but if you have a little bonus you like to throw in, something that you do extra on the side for your clients, you can actually frame it in a way where it's a bonus, right? Or I would just write bonus. Okay. Now here are things you can highlight. You can change these things around. You can upload different pictures and, highlight what's great about you, 4.8 average Google rating. Whatever fits your business, I would change this to some stars. Thousands of clients helped, or whatever your number is. Satisfaction guarantee. Whatever works for your business. Now, I would obviously change the icons to reflect what I'm talking about here. Maybe you have some reviews of clients. You can add them there. And this is a pretty straightforward landing page, right? What's really cool is we can also see how this looks in mobile and make some adjustments here if necessary. If maybe some text is too big, I can hover over the settings, click on edit mobile size, and change it down to 25, right? And it'll give me a mobile view look. So these are just some things to play with. ClickFunnels is really great software for quickly launching landing pages and getting going. So I'm gonna hit save here, and then also, so this is where the first part of the funnel will go. Now after they submit their information, they need to see the next page. So let's look at that there. We're gonna go back to exit here. And we're going to add a new step right here. We're going to say credit repair lead. Thank you. We're going to create funnel step. And under opt-in, we're going to, if we hover over it, we see the thank you option. We're going to select thank you. And we're just going to go with just a basic thank you page. Let's see here. We'll select this one right here. And this is what they'll see, the very next page that they'll see after they've submitted their information. We'll hit edit page. We'll change this to thank you. You can change this logo to, your logo. We will be in touch soon. Follow. Actually, I like that. Join our free Facebook group. And maybe you have a Facebook group for potential clients. You can make this a link, select that, set action, go to URL, and Facebook group. I'm just going to name it that. I don't know what your URL would be, and hit save, right? And so that's just a basic. It's asking me for some SEO, but we're not going to use SEO. We're just going to save that. Okay, so now we have our thank you page, right? And I can customize the background and change the colors and the font to match the first one. Now that we have both of those things here, we're almost ready we need to install the Facebook Pixel. The Facebook Pixel is just a fancy word for a piece of code that you install across all of your landing pages, right? And so that's pretty easy. We go to settings here, and under head tracking code right here, this section, you can just paste the code there. So where do we get this from? We get it from the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, the Facebook Ads Manager is what you should be using to create your Facebook ads. If you don't have it, just Google Facebook Ads Manager and follow the instructions, and the Facebook will help set you up with one. But once you're all set up, you should see something like this. And what we want to do is install the Pixel first. So if we hover over Business Tools and go to Events Manager, you should see something like this. Or actually create a pixel. You probably don't have a pixel. It's going to have you create one. And then after that, you should see something like this. And we're going to click Add Event. We're going to do from a website, from a new website. And we're going to, I like using the install code manually. You can try the partner integration if you're using something that's partnered with it. I'm going to choose the manual one. I'm going to install code manually. It's going to give me the code right here. I'm simply going to copy the code, go back to ClickFunnels, go back to the head tracking section, paste it, scroll down, and then hit Save and Update Settings. Now, I can test and see that it's installed correctly. I can launch the preview of it in another window. And there's a Google Chrome extension called Facebook Pixel Helper. If you click on it, it'll show me that, yes, there's a little green check mark there. We're good to go. It's installed there. And then I can do the same for the thank you page to make sure it's there. Now there's one more piece of code we have to add to the thank you page, and I'll show you in a second here. But let's double check and make sure it's there. Yep, here we go. Little green check mark. We're good to go there. Now we need to go back to the thank you page and hit Edit Page. Go to Settings up here and go to Tracking Code. Now here we need to install the lead event. So basically, it's a piece of code that tells Facebook that the person that sees this page should be considered a lead, and that's what we want them to optimize our ads for. And then paste this little script here. This script will tell Facebook whoever sees this page, and they'll only see this page after they submit their information. So whoever sees this page should be considered a lead, and that's what we want them to track. And that's what we want them to optimize for. So once that's there, we select that out of there, hit save, and it should show up as updated. We're going to preview real quick. As you can see, it's now tracking leads. Anybody that sees this page will be tracked as a lead, and that's what we want, right? So once that's done, we want to go to Zapier and connect the landing page to wherever we're going to store the lead at, right? So this is Zapier. Zapier is another piece of software that makes it easy for different things to talk to each other and transfer data. It's free to use for, I think, the first 5, what they call Zaps. And as you use it more and more, you have options to upgrade to paid plans, but it's great. It's great to just start off with, right? So we're going to click on Make a Zap. And then Zapier wants to know, okay, what do you want to talk to what, right? So we want ClickFunnels to talk to in this example, just a Google sheet I have here, just an example lead sheet. So for ClickFunnels, they say, what is the event that's going to trigger this? And it's going to be a new contact activity, new lead, right? Hit continue. It's going to ask you to connect your account, follow the directions there, and then it's going to ask you which funnel, right? And if we click over here to funnel, we can go to credit repair leads, right? It's our example. Just name the funnel, whatever. It's going to be helpful for you to find. It's going to ask you which step, and we're going to go with the opt-in part, right? And then we're going to hit continue. Now it's going to test it, but first let's do a test here. Make sure this all works. Okay, Alex Smith, testing at testingthisautomation.com. Hope that's not a real URL. 555-55-5555. Get credit repair for $1. It's submitting, and now we're seeing the next page here. Okay, good. So we've sent that data to ClickFunnels. Now we want Zapier to pick that up. So we're going to test the trigger real quick. It should find it, right? Alex Smith right there, 555. Great, looks good. Hit continue. Then it's going to ask you, okay, what do you want it to do with this stuff? We're going to type in Google Sheets. Now this works with a lot of different software. So if you have a CRM, you can plug it into that CRM, or you can plug it into high level and have it do its marketing automation there. It's up to you. We want to create a spreadsheet row, hit continue. It's going to ask you which account, click the account, hit continue. It's going to ask you which drive, my drive, which spreadsheet, example lead spreadsheet, which worksheet, the first worksheet, hit continue. First name Alex. I'm just matching up the data, right? So it says first name, I click on first name, I click away. Last name, I show more options, click on last name, it inserts the last name. Email, click on email, click away, and then phone number, more options. Phone number, click away, and then the date it got added, show more options, created at, and then hit continue. And then it's going to send a test and continue, right? So it tested it. It sent it to the sheet. Remember, the sheet has nothing on it. If we look at it now, wow, look, everything's on there. Now I have the ability to automatically come in and check my leads every day and see how we're doing. And then you can use this other areas for notes to keep track of where you're at with your leads and things like that, right? Pretty neat. So now we have a place for this to go. So now this is all done. So I can select done editing and then turn my Zap on. It's turning it on. And then I can give it a name. See, I haven't named it yet. So my first Zap. Click away, it'll just save it. We're good to go. I can click away from this and not worry about it anymore. Okay, so now I need to grab a link, right? I can use this link. I can use this link right here. I can just copy this because ClickFunnels gives you an automated, like a default domain. Or I can assign a domain to this. That's a little bit more technical and complicated. They do have really good tutorials on how to set this up, how to make it like, opt-in.creditrepairpros.com. I don't know if that company exists. I'm just throwing an example out there, right? I can use that as my link, but to show you those steps, again, I don't want to make this video too long, but it is an option and they give you great tutorials on how to do that, okay? So now we can go back to our Facebook Ad Center and go back to the leads area, to the ads manager, and we can create an ad, right? So we hit create, and it's going to ask you what buying type. You can leave it as auction. I recommend auction. And then I'm trying to optimize for conversions. Conversions meaning a lead. So I'll click there, and then I'll go to continue. And it'll pop this up. I can name the campaign. Whatever it is, it's going to help you recognize it. Now, you're going to need to select special ad categories for credit repair leads, okay? And then you're going to have to select credit. It does limit some of the things you can and can't target, but in my experience, it hasn't really affected us in a negative way. So I wouldn't worry about these other options for now. You can go more in depth with them later through Facebook's tutorials or through our masterclass. We go in depth on a lot of these things. This is just to help you get going. Now, if we shimmy over here to the ad set is, who are we targeting? What are we looking for? Now it's going to ask you to pick a conversion event, and we want to pick lead, right? Now, if your ad account is brand new and you don't have any activity on the pixel, it may ask you to change this to landing page views, and that's okay. It needs to get some data to work with. So after a few people have opted in, you can start a brand new campaign, turn this one off, and then optimize for leads because that's what you want. But sometimes you kind of have to warm it up with landing page views. Pick whatever daily budget you're most comfortable with. Let's say $10. I would leave all of this pretty much default, except for detailed targeting, right? Detailed targeting and location. I'm sorry, let me correct myself. So, if I have a small budget, I really want to just target my city. So let's say I'm in Los Angeles. One thing you cannot change is the age range. Special category. One thing you can't change is the age range, and that's fine. Usually people that are interested in credit repair are within a certain age bracket, and Facebook will do a good job of optimizing it for that as it goes along. I would recommend leaving placements under automatic. And so now we know who we're targeting, where we're targeting, what we're targeting for a lead, where we're targeting Los Angeles. And then also I would edit detailed targeting. I might select credit finance, right? And test that out for a while. If I don't like the results, I can try a different audience. If you go to suggestions here, maybe it's financial services the next time. The thing you don't want to do is start stacking them like this. I really do not recommend doing this because you're not going to be able to figure out which one of these interests is going to give you the best leads. So we'll stick with one. We'll just stick with credit finance. Okay, so now we have where we're targeting, what we're targeting for, what interests we're targeting, our placements, and our daily budget. And then we come over to the ad. And so, once you've entered your headline, once you've entered your primary text, then you just paste the URL here. So we're going to use our URL from ClickFunnels, but again, you can change this inside of their settings, or it would be different if you use a different type of software. It depends on you and how quickly you want to go to launching your ads. And so everything looks pretty good so far. So some tips for your headline would be to, kind of complement whatever the ad says. $1 for your first month. Wow, what a deal, right? And maybe an emoji. You always want to play with your headlines. You can actually add multiple headlines. I can add another one here and another one here. And Facebook will test which ones work best. And the same thing with the text, right? You want to keep it short and simple. Wow, what a crazy deal. Or I'll ask a question like, are you looking for a great credit repair deal? Get your first month for $1. We have a 4.8 Google rating and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Claim your This may be my headline. I'll play with it a little bit and get creative with it. Now, when people click on the ad itself, they'll go to our landing page, fill out their information, and it'll automatically go into our Google Sheets, and then we can check that every day and see where we're at. And this is, and I would hit publish when I'm all happy and ready, and I think I like everything. I'll hit publish, and I'm good to go. I'm off to the races. I've launched an ad. And so that's the A to Z of things. So just kind of recap. Landing page, you use ClickFunnels, Unbalanced, lead pages, high-level WordPress. They all do the same thing. There's no right one, no wrong one. It just depends on you, your budget, and which one you prefer. I do have some links in the description below on places where you can go for free trials and things like that. The Facebook Pixel, if you want to get more familiar with it, I'm going to leave that link down below as well. And this is just a step-by-step guide on how to install it on different areas, what it does. Really, really, really neat information to dig into and get to know better. Zapier for your automation, and then a place to store your leads, Google Sheets or CRM. And that's A to Z how to launch an ad. Now, some things I want to mention to you. There are other options like sending them to a messenger, like your Facebook Messenger, or creating a Facebook lead ad, right? Because if we go to, let's select this, if we hit create, you'll see lead generation here, right? And that sounds interesting. And if we continue, it's going to ask you to it's going to ask you to agree to the terms. You hit agree. And I'm just kind of rushing through this because I don't want to go too far and deep into this, but it's going to ask you to create a form right here. Now, here's the problem with this. It's very, very easy for them for the user to just hit submit, and it pre-fills everything out, right? And when that happens, the intent there is lower, and intent is a big thing. It takes more work for somebody to go to a landing page and manually enter the information, hit submit, than it does to just submit something that's pre-filled. So what we've noticed is that the lead quality is actually lower with lead ads, right? And there's strategies around that to make it better. But if you're a beginner, I don't recommend it, because even though it looks attractive and it's easier to launch, you're going to kind of be spinning your tires in the mud trying to get these people on the phone, because it didn't take much effort to submit their information. Therefore, they're not too interested, right? Versus them having to go to a landing page and enter the information. Then we know there's more intent there. So that's why we recommend a landing page. Is because we want you to get the best quality leads possible. You can do a messenger, but I recommend messenger automation, and that's a whole nother can of worms to get into. Not something I would recommend on your first go. So that's it. That's how to launch a credit repair Facebook ad to start generating new leads. You have to just get creative with what you want to offer, what your wording is going to look like, aka your copy. Whether you want to use images or use videos, get those things set up. If any of these things are sort of like intimidating or overwhelming for you, you can always go to Fiverr.com, one of my favorite places. You just type in install Facebook Pixel, and there's a bunch of people that are willing to do it for anywhere between $50 to $30 around there. You can have people build you a landing page, just type in landing page, and then people will say, I'll create a landing page for you for anywhere from $30 to $100 plus. I'll set up your marketing automation for you, right? Just type in Zapier, and there's a bunch of people that'll do the Zapier thing for you. So if there's anything that you are just like, I do not want to touch that, there are people that you can hire that can help you on Fiverr.com very inexpensively. Just look at the reviews and what they have to offer. And that's another way to kind of, give to somebody whose strength is that, so that you really want to focus on just closing the business that comes in. You want to call the leads, have your consultation, and sign them up for your services. So that's a little shortcut, little trick. I hope this was helpful, guys. If you want deeper, hands-on tutorials, in-depth training, step-by-step, click-by-click, that really helps you get off the ground running, I really recommend checking out our Credit Repair Business Accelerator program. The link for that is below as well. It's something that a lot of our students are raving about. They're all credit repair business owners that want to take the power back of generating their own leads, not depending on anybody else for them, and scaling their business that way. So if you are interested in that, that's below. We also have a free webinar training about our class as well. You can register for that below also. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this clears some of the things up for you. I know it can be intimidating when you first look at this for the first time with a fresh pair of eyes, but believe me, once you get some practice, it becomes second nature for you. Just take it very slowly, step by step. Look at the tutorials for every service, Zapier tutorials, landing page tutorials for whatever service you go with. things like that. So just take your time, launch your ads, and then I wish you the best of luck and lots of success. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope it was helpful, and you have a great day.